The blast threw us to the floor. I landed hard, my shoulders screaming, but my body had curled instinctively to protect my head. Kalen went down with a grunt, my shove sending him skidding away from the worst of it, the air filled with dust and the acrid smell of burnt magic. What in the nine hells was that? Kalen coughed, pushing himself up. His silver-threaded robes were torn, a thin line of blood on his cheekbone. His shocked eyes scanned the wreckage, then landed on me. Sabotage, I bit out, scrambling to my feet. My gaze shot to the shattered rafters. The scorch marks formed a destructive rune array. This was an assassination attempt. A low groan from the shadows by the door made my blood run cold. Reese stumbled into view, a wicked splinter of wood embedded deep in his thigh, dark blood already soaking his leathers. "Are you two all right?" he asked, his voice tight with pain. Before I could answer, Kalen was at his side, his earlier rage replaced by a focused urgency. His hands glowed with a soft white light. "Hold still," he commanded, his voice clipped as he pressed his palms to the wound. Reese hissed but didn't pull away. While Kalen worked, I drew my dagger, my senses on high alert. I scanned every shadow, every exit. The attack was too precise. Whoever did this knew our schedule. "The wood is enchanted to resist healing," Kalen ground out, sweat on his forehead. "I can slow the bleeding, but I can't get it out." "We have to get him to the infirmary," I stated. "No," Reese said, his voice strained but firm. "The infirmary means questions. The perpetrator knows they failed and will cover their tracks." His gaze met mine, sharp despite the pain. "We can't afford to show this weakness." He was right. "My room, then," I said, striding over. "It's private. I have field supplies." Kalen gave a curt nod, the animosity between us burned away by adrenaline. We moved through the academy like ghosts, Kalen supporting Reese's weight while I scouted ahead. My room was a spare stone cell. We laid Reese on my desk, the coppery scent of his blood filling the small space. "Water and bandages," I ordered. Kalen summoned a basin with a whisper, his obedience startling. As I cut away the blood-soaked leather, the room grew thick with a tense intimacy. I was hyper-aware of everything, Reese's soft hiss of breath as I cleaned the wound, the sheer heat radiating from Kalen standing guard over my shoulder, his protective presence a heavy weight at my back. "This will hurt," I warned Reese, my fingers closing around the jagged wood. He met my eyes. "I trust you." The simple words struck me harder than the explosion. I pulled. Reese arched his back in a silent scream. Kalen's hand landed on Reese's shoulder, a steadying pressure. For a long moment we were connected in a tableau of pain and trust, my hands covered in Reese's blood, Kalen's power a bridge between all three of us. Once I stitched the wound, the adrenaline left me shaky. Kalen looked from Reese's bandaged leg to the blood on my hands, his expression unreadable. "They weren't trying to kill one of us," he said, his voice a whisper. "That rafter was centered. They were trying to kill us all. Someone wants our team out of the gauntlet, permanently." Reese, pale but lucid, pushed himself up slightly. "Or perhaps it is not about the gauntlet. Perhaps one of us is the true target and the others are simply collateral." His dark eyes moved between us, a silent, chilling question hanging in the air. The son of the Archmage, a master of forbidden shadows, or the low-born upstart who humiliated a prince? Which of us has made such a powerful enemy? His question hung in the silence, terrifying. I looked at the two men I was now bound to, and I realized the labyrinth was no longer the most dangerous threat we faced. The true maze had just begun.
Want to keep the flame ignited without having to wait for the next part? You can find the full, tantalizing tale on our main page. See the link in the description.